Election 2005, a day in the life of Aster Crawshaw, Conservative Party candidate for Sheffield, Healy. I did this in 2005, and I found it in my bookshelf, and it was just me doing a little photo story on Aster Crawshaw, who was running for an elected member of the Healy constituency. I've got the results here. Conservative Aster Crawshaw, Sheffield, Healy votes 4,987, 14% of the vote, plus 0.38 position. He was third. I think Labour won that seat. I might be wrong, but I will have a look. And it was just a little photo book put together. There's I think it's an ISBN, I'm not really sure the barcode on there. And I did this book to give to him. I did a couple of these books to give to him for him to use as a keepsake and stuff like that. And I just had a copy of it, and I thought I'd show you it. It's a couple of days' work of me just hanging out and following him as he canvassed around the street. So I followed him around day by day, just as he was meeting the public, canvassing his manifesto or whatever it is to the residents, and he was meeting different people from all walks of life, and here you can see him walking around. So I think that was his father. And it was just trying different styles of shot, you know, using a wide angle lens, using a longer focal length lens, and using thirds to sort of grab the main point of the shot. This shot here for me, I love it. This woman just came out with her in her dressing gown, and they just started talking. And I just thought it was quite ironic with the blue dressing gown and the blue Conservative Party colour, that it was just a little bit significant. And she looks quite intimidating there. A little break between his route and a little 5-minute break between his people helping him. Just sort of getting a editorial portrait. And it's all about getting a bit of variety when you're trying to tell a story and trying to show the subject matter in various different positions and different elements of the day. And, you know, it's nice to sort of swap the style around, swap the camera around. And I'm always looking for stuff, and that's the sort of, obviously, the Vote Conservative sticker, which he had the car. But here is, I think, Howard Blair, and I forgot that guy's name, the Liberal Party member. Sorry if you're watching this. I just thought it was quite nice juxtaposition in the cafe. So it's a sort of process which Aster's day-to-day agenda and regime even was just non-stop. He was out all the time. He had a base in one of these houses. He lived there, and he had a little office, and he was out there working really hard, trying to sort of get voted and take away some of the votes from the Labour Party. A bit of humour there between them two, and a little bit of togetherness in the cafe, having a break. A bit of reflection. It's all available line. I'm quite proud of some of these shots. They're quite nice shots. A bit of reflection there. Sort of. I'm trying to use the symbolism of the Labour Party, the Conservative Party, paraphernalia, a bit of a moment of time with his children, a bit of time to relax. I think before, this is like the sort of build-up to the actual vote night, and you can see the sort of exhaustion on his face there, and I think this was building up to Michael Howard's tour bus travels around the country as he was the leader. Just a little one-off shot of his son, sort of, and here's the sort of HQ here. Maybe I'll bring this camera down a little bit, just get better. That's better. And a sort of HQ shot, and a sort of shot on the road. Yeah, just using the sort of, this happens a lot, using this sort of going to the houses and canvassing and putting leaflets through the door. Again, capturing a bit of a moment where they were working out a route list, and in the Tony Blair devil picture, I think, through the door. And this was one of my favourite portraits. I quite like that. And it all starts kicking off with the polling station shot. And some things you've got to set up in a little way. This wasn't so much set up, he was outside, but I did get him to sort of ponder for a little bit and reflect. And I sort of shot the whole process in at the beginning of the process of the polling station. So this is all the build-up, the canvassing, the togetherness of his team, and some sort of introduction now to the polling station, and the whole, this is the votes coming in, I think, and this is the counting of the votes. And I was allowed access up on these. No, I was allowed access anywhere really, but this I think was shot. That was shot from up here. On the counting process, and Fast and Furious. I love this shot. They've got different party members here: UKIP, Conservative, Liberals, Labour, all sort of looking at. I think that might have been a sort of a point in the proceedings where there was a rough estimate of results either coming in or their results coming in, or somebody else's results. A bit of humour there, and the latter stages now. A shot which I love, that sort of using the rosettes to sort of tell the story of the night. And what's strange about this is the first time I ever met David Blunkett. And obviously, if we just know David Blunkett, he's blind. I think was he Home Secretary, but he was a candidate for the Labour candidate for Sheffield, and I'd never met him before, and I photographed him here. I think he won, and about a month or 2 months after this, I don't know who commissioned me now. It was somebody like The Guardian or The Independent, or somebody commissioned me to go and photograph him at his office in London, in I think near Parliament Square somewhere, or even in Portcullis House or somewhere like that. And I spent an hour or so with him, and I photographed him I photographed a meeting, actually, not a portrait. I photographed some meeting with him in his office, and I had to sit and shoot some rough shots of the meeting taking place. And it was the first time I got close to him. And it's very interesting watching this blind man engage in at such a high level of conversation about things to do with the country, and watching him work and operate and drinking tea, and you would not think he was blind. He was an amazing individual to watch. I was absolutely fascinated by how he knew where everything was, where his whole persona, his humour, everything was amazing. I was really respected that guy so much after that, and thought how incredible an individual he is to be where he is. And what I love about this shot, actually, as well, is that we've got the dog there, but obviously a lot of blind people wear the glasses and stuff, but he doesn't. But the fact that the woman here has got her eyes closed, and it's just a bit symbolic for me. It's interesting. So yeah, and then here's the sort of, and the results are, I think I have got the results. Did I get the results? He was third, I thought I don't know the results. I thought I had the results from them. Anyway, yeah, so that was another shot I did, and that was some of the stuff that they were leafleting out. So that was just a nice little intro to the way I work, some things I've done in the past, all relevant. You know, you can, all I had here was this, you know, one camera with 2 lenses, and I didn't really look like a photographer. I just went out to document the day in the life of somebody, and a bit of portraiture, a bit of establishing shot, a little bit of coming together of and him in the workplace, and trying to chart the whole story, his day, with a series of images. And it's not easy, and it's not difficult to mess it up as well, but you've got to work hard and focus. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you liked it, and I will I'll put some more on if I find them. Thank you.